woo, social science and explaining anthropology and why Tel Aviv is happening. It got deep over there.
So you have a couple weeks of air left up in the arc.
Mm-hmm.
So is it going to be like liquor drinking and remembering, or is there going to be any like trying to figure out a way to extend life a little bit?
A little bit of that. He's not faring very well up there. You know, a lot of strange things happen when you're dying slowly. I mean, but you could die slowly for 2 seasons. You never know.
What kind of strange things?
Jason Rothenberg has a very, very warped sense of humor. It's going to be a lot of fun. I think it would be in complete alignment with Jaha's fate and understanding why everything is happening to him and why he's left with so many emotions. Remember, he executed 300 people and then realized that with circumstances out of his control, he didn't have to. But it doesn't erase the fact that he was the one that pushed the button. Can't point fingers at Kane. Can't point fingers at anyone on how he got there. He did it. So it's really interesting in how you see him deal with all of the weight of all of that. Yeah.
Was it also partially that he didn't, because he didn't have anyone left? With his
That too. That too. The one thing, you talk about a character that was so by the book that he sent his own son. As you see him later explaining to Kane, understanding his decisions, is that sometimes being the chancellor is knowing when not to follow the rules. Where that comes from, if you look at it again, it comes from the fact that, God damn it, not just curse her. You know, I just sent my son. I said my only connection to my bloodline to possibly meet his demise, and then we discovered that he does. It's a lot, you know, that he has to deal with alone. For a minute, he's got it. And it's really a wonderful treatise on playing the character the way this is being planned out, because, you know, a lot of us find all kinds of reasons not to meditate. A lot of us find a lot of reasons not to sit still and be quiet. We find a lot of us don't like to be alone. That's why clubs do so well when we're in our 20s. We don't like to hear our own thoughts. Now imagine a human being being on a ring in space. You're not going anywhere. So, and your air is slowly seeping away. What do your thoughts look like now?
So when we saw Jaha in the very beginning of the season, he was really put together. He was the chancellor. He had sort of power in his hands, and as the season went on, he slowly started to break down. Do you think that the 300 people that he basically sentenced to death was sort of the guilt of that was what brought him to his demise in the end?
He's degraded even more. I didn't think that the character could fall any lower. You know what I mean? But in a beautiful, brutal way. I can't really give you any more than that. Jason is brutal. You know, he is as succinct with his humanity in his writing as he is with its inhumanity. And what I mean by that is he's very clear on what this show is about. Even if I'm not, even if you're not, he knows human behavior. He knows where it's going. And he's not in a rush. Well, that's what I really dig. It's like, you know, he's going to take you through it. It's not going to be for everyone. Some people are like, oh, you know, let's go. But, and that's how we were this season. People were like, oh, I don't get it. You know, by episode 6 and then before it, they hung in there. They realized, oh my goodness, oh my goodness, oh my goodness. You know, and yeah, and now he's in it now. He's found a very interesting rhythm for every one of these characters. Everyone's all spread out all over the place. So you got these very interesting new characters that have a voice that are going to challenge you as well.
Does he ever? Is one of the things that he thinks about is ending his own life, or instead of like letting the arc take him, or does he want to go down with the ship to the very last moment?
I think you will find in at least the first episode, you will see some self-flagellation, if we call it that, not to be Catholic, you know, but you'll see that he is on his idea of redemption, or trying to cleanse a lot of things. So, but again, all that is being played out. Again, I don't want to spoil it for you, but it's all being played out on what that looks like. And I think you're going to be pleasantly surprised on how it's all being played out.
What's it like as an actor to play a character that's just like falling apart like that?
I'm sore physically. You know, you can't hide from Jason. I've been doing this almost 30 years, and what I appreciate about his writing is I don't get to come up with cheap tricks. That little wink, that little move, it's either there, you're in it, or you're not. At least that's the way he writes Jaha. You know, he doesn't give me a break. You know, you're either I'm there, you know, or I'm not. And I prefer for you guys, since you're going to follow us, hopefully, second season, is that Jaha has to be there. So therefore, you know, if I'm playing a guy, guess what? I'm not getting out of bed easy the next morning because, you know, it's a tough show, emotionally, at least for my character. But I knew that going in. It's a tough show, but, you know, it's a for me, you know, I'm 50. So it's a great, with all my experiences in life, it's a great exercise to be able to capture a character like this and have the opportunity and the honor to be able to show you what a leader, you know, we see leaders on television and movies all the time, but you don't really see what goes on behind the curtains after everyone's gone.
So you as an actor,
you know?
You as an actor, do you think that there would be a possibility for Jaha to make it down to earth still? Not as a character, but as, like, would you see that maybe there would be a way for your character to make it?
Again, I would say, you know, hanging there with us, Chancellor Jaha's fate is going to be okay. You're going to be okay with it. You're going to be in alignment with it. But his presence, it's not going away. Ever.
Does he communicate with people on the ground in the premiere?
You're clever. She just like whittling away. With that cute face I remember from last year. That cute little face. I will say again, if you're hanging there with us,
He's not giving anything away.
you will be in alignment with Chancellor Jaha's fate. And you won't be disappointed. And his presence will be everlasting.
Last year, you talked about how your wife was the reason that you took the show.
Yeah.
How has she been enjoying it?
She's a tough critic, but she enjoys. I hit my mark. You know, I didn't let her down. I didn't embarrass the brand, the family brand. You know, so she's still a supporter. And I tell you, man, you're not gonna be able to figure this guy out. You're not gonna see this one coming. Not gonna see this one coming. I assure you, we'll have a good time with it. And it's so good to be in this place because last year I had to work very hard to explain how excited I was about it because you guys hadn't really seen it. But now I don't have to work that hard because now you know what we're about. And all I can say is it's going to get even more intense.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.